A very warm welcome to you. Many thanks for joining us on this edition of Almond Finance and Wealth Report, your source for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Margaret Mary Osiobor. On the lineup this week, we begin by joining Faith in our studio for an exclusive interview with Mr. Audu Dunnni Oladokun, Group Lead ICT Contact Center, Retail, Micro and Bancassurance, Guinea Insurance PLC, as they discuss disruptive technology and the future of insurance in Nigeria. As always, it's no holds barred. Do take a listen.
Over 70% of the insurance companies now have a fully functional e-commerce site.
On this edition also, we will bring you a rerun of highlights of the new brand identity launch of Insurance Brokers of Nigeria, IBN, recently held in Lagos. Plus, of course, our quick fact segment, extras, as well as the industry icon segment. All these and more are what we have lined up for your pleasure this week, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum holds on Wednesday, October 25th, 2017 at Kano Hall, Necker House, Hakim Balogun Street, CBD, Alausai, Keja, starting from 9:30 a.m. Theme: Insurance Penetration in Nigeria, shifting focus from policies to providing value for the customers. Chairman, Mr. Chike Makunye, former GMD Royal Exchange PLC. Guest speaker, Professor Festus Ekpetimehi, first Professor of Insurance and Risk Management in Nigeria. Discussant, Mr. Valentine Ujuma, MD CEO, FBN Insurance Limited. The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum, a platform for insurance stakeholders and the insuring public. For inquiries, call 080-333-57879, 0812-362-4081, or visit our website www.almondfinancereport.com. Powered by Almond Productions Limited. Admission is free.
A very warm welcome to you. It's a pleasure to have you join us on the one-on-one sit-down right here in our studios. Today we'll be looking at a very topical issue that's germane to the insurance industry, talking about disruptive technology and the future of insurance in Nigeria. We do know that disruptive technology is doing a lot of wonders, I must say, in the banking sector. It's also doing a lot of disruption in the insurance industry, but not here in Nigeria. So what is the prospect for the insurance industry in Nigeria, and are they looking in that direction that somebody can wake up one day and take away their business? These and other issues will form the basis of our discussion this morning in our studio. My guest today is Mr. Audu Dunnni Oladokun, who is the Group Lead ICT Contact Center, Retail, Micro and Bancassurance of Guinea Insurance PLC. He's an IT guru. Thank you so very much, Mr. Oladokun.
Thank you.
For joining me on this.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much.
I'm honored.
Okay, now let me start by saying that as I said, there's no doubt technology is changing the way we live. It's changing the way we work. It's changing the way we even think about things generally. But a lot of serious-minded sectors are beginning to look in that direction of disruptive technology, because in other parts of the world, they're beginning to see how these things come to change the status quo. Now, for the insurance industry in Nigeria, would you say they are thinking in that direction at all?
Okay, as you rightly introduced, disruption of technology is actually here, and every serious-minded organization, particularly in the insurance industry, are beginning to look at it. Let me start by borrowing the statement attributed to the MD of Mercedes-Benz, who said his competitor is not the Toyotas of this world.
Exactly.
It's not any other vehicles of this world, but the Tesla. We all know what Tesla is doing. Tesla actually came up with a disruptive technology whereby he designed electric vehicles with chips. You know, even just about yesterday or the day before yesterday, I read in the newspaper that he's partnering with AMD, you know, to make sure that they improve on their chip and equally add artificial intelligence into the vehicle. So for any insurance practitioner not to look at the side of technology, particularly digital transformation, is actually like planning towards extinction of the company. Yes, because that's the way to go. The statistic is very much alarming. And I would like to tell you that some of the players in the insurance industry are actually looking towards that. We might not be there actually, but some of us
Have you really started? When you say we might not be there actually, it means maybe you guys are taking baby steps. But
yes,
for some of us who are keen observers of the industry, we are yet to see even the baby steps, so to speak.
You are very correct. Actually, we are a little bit shy, and when it comes to implementation and adoption of technology, we tend to be a little bit way back. But I can tell you categorically, before the end of this year, some of us will be on the USSD.
Okay.
I'm 100% of that. And you know what the USSD did in the banking sector. You know, virtually everybody now hardly goes to the banking premises. You can make transfer with your USSD. You can do a lot of things with your USSD. You can buy, you can do anything. And I'm sure before the end of this year, many of us must have commissioned our USSD. And I'm 100% sure it's going to increase the penetration of the insurance. Because one of the beauty of technology is that ease of access. It provides an ease of access to your will-be customer. And the contemporary customer actually wants comfort. You know, he wants that ability to be able to buy whatever he wants to buy within the comfort of his own. Either maybe he's in the vehicle going and he noticed, look, the vehicle insurance has expired. He doesn't need to look for any brick and mortar office. He should be able to use any of his devices to log on to the platform and buy insurance, pay for it, get his policy there and there.
Okay, Mr. Oladokun, sorry, I'm going to ask you, I have to ask you to hold on your thought for that. What you just said struck me a little bit. Now, would you say currently with the level of technology deployment in the insurance industry, I can sit in the comfort of my car and I notice that the license or whatever, the insurance papers have expired. Can I start the transaction of renewing my insurance on my car on the road and get everything done without having to speak to somebody, without having to stop by any office? Can I do that currently as it is in the country?
Oh yes, I can categorically tell you that the answer is yes. Over 70% of the insurance companies now have a fully functional e-commerce site. I know the journey is not easy, and permit me to like boost my ego. I happen to be the first CIO in the insurance industry to launch a functional e-commerce site where we sold motor third-party insurance at the early 2008. You know, before now we had several other insurance companies trying to do that, but we were able to do that, launched it. You know, we invited virtually everybody, and since that time it has been wonderful. I can tell you categorically today that over 70% of the insurance websites you can buy on your iPad, log on to the site, buy your motor third party, use your ATM card if you want to use your ATM card, make payment, you know, and it will debit your account, credit the account of the insurance company. You have your motor certificate, and automatically it will be uploaded into the NIID. NIID is one of the disruptive technology we are equally able to put in place, which I'm sure is one of its kind even in the entirety of Africa, whereby you have a centralized repository of all the motor insurance, whereby you can validate the genuinity of the insurance. And we've gotten a lot of buy-in. The road safety have bought into it. The vehicle licensing offices virtually everywhere in the country, they bought into it. As you are buying, automatically your transaction goes into that NIID. NIID stands for Nigerian Insurance Industry Database. So as you are buying, a copy goes into that. You can validate the genuinity of your insurance through askniid.org, or through a USSD is one of the USSD I'm talking about that may likely be launched. We equally have many of us already that we are at the point of launching the USSD, but you know the process is cumbersome. You have to get approval here and there. You know, NIPS have to get approval. You have to equally get approval from the regulatory body. It's not something that you just hit into it, and that should be part of the little challenges the insurance industry is facing.
Okay, now Mr. Oladokun, would you say, speaking about regulator, now I know I do refer you to the story of lemonade in the US.
Yes.
Now they woke up one morning and in fact the big guys were taken by storm by what lemonade had done. Now, oftentimes fintech that brings about disruption in different sectors, they are not really under the purview of the conventional regulator.
That's true.
So now, putting that in perspective, would you say that the insurance industry right now, in thinking about the future and what disruption can do to this business, would you say that right now they are probably thinking that, oh, our regulator is there to do a lot of things for us, so we are kind of protected against those people, those tech guys coming to take away our business? Is the regulator right now, is it like a savior for the insurance industry, you would say?
Well, my opinion,
yes.
In the contrary, I want to even feel that even though I would say to a larger extent, I'm yet to see a more friendly policy supporting fintech or short tech, insurtech. Let's coin our own word. I don't see more of regulatory friendliness towards that insurtech, because I know you cannot launch any technology to sell insurance without getting approval. Unlike the scenario you painted for the lemonade. You know, most instances in the advanced countries is easy coming and easy exit. And the reason is that as long as you meet the basic prerequisite, like the lemonade you made mention of, they are 100% techie guys.
Yes.
Two guys, Daniel Schreiber and Shai Winiger. Those two guys are not insurance people. They know little about insurance. They are 100% technical people. But they woke up one day and noticed a huge gap. And the gap is that, look, there is a huge opportunity and there is a huge gap. They discovered that, look, the global premium in the insurance market globally is about 4.6 trillion.
US dollars.
Yeah, US dollars. And they realized we are not doing much. Are we doing much about that? If we are not doing much, what can we do? So in their own thinking, they equally recognize Swiss Re as their reinsurer. And they discovered that, look, the insurance people, there is a huge distrust between...
And that captures the essence of the Nigerian market.
Exactly.
So
that you are very much correct, because we have a serious public negative perception of the insurance industry, which to a larger extent, again, I should speak for the industry. Some of the negatives that led to that is gradually eroding, if not maximally eroded. You know, but people, because of their past experience, which again call for the need to engage technology, to change around that orientation, you know, because they've had ugly experience before, and that experience is difficult to change over time.
The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum holds on Wednesday, October 25th, 2017 at Kano Hall, Necker House, Hakim Balogun Street, CBD, Alausai, Keja, starting from 9:30 a.m. Theme: Insurance Penetration in Nigeria, shifting focus from policies to providing value for the customers. Chairman, Mr. Chike Mokunye, former GMD Royal Exchange PLC. Guest speaker, Professor Festus Ekpetimehi, first Professor of Insurance and Risk Management in Nigeria. Discussant, Mr. Valentine Ujuma, MD CEO, FBN Insurance Limited. Limited. The 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum, a platform for insurance stakeholders and insuring public. For inquiries, call 080-333-57879, 0812-362-4081, or visit our website www.AlmondfinanceReport.com. Powered by Almond Productions Limited. Admission is free.
All right, welcome back. Moving on now, we bring you highlights of IBN's new brand identity launch in Lagos. The special guest of honor was Chief Emeka Anyoku, who said that small-scale enterprises should embrace insurance to protect their assets. Enjoy it.
Insurance Brokers of Nigeria Limited, IBN, is Nigeria's pioneer incorporated broking firm established in 1955. The company has been serving Nigerian people and corporate enterprises over the last 62 years. In a bid to properly position the company for the next phase of their global ambition to be amongst the most respected risk management and insurance broking firm, the company recently unveiled its new brand identity at a well-attended launch at the Federal Palace Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. In his welcome address, the chairman of the board of IBN, Otumba Dr. Adekunle Ojora, OFR, said the company's belief from inception is to render unparalleled service to their clients.
IBN, from inception, has remained in the forefront of providing collaborative risk solutions to various strategic sectors of the Nigerian economy. Our clients are very diverse. The operational risks and business dynamics are varied and always changing. Throughout our evolution, one thing that has never changed is our commitment to create and deliver innovative risk and insurance management.
The core values of professionalism, integrity, and ethics have kept the brand IBN over the past 62 years. In his brief remarks, the chairman and his special guest of honor, Chief Emeka Anyoku, GBCO, said that while multinationals have fully embraced insurance, majority of small-scale enterprises who need protection most are yet to embrace insurance to protect their assets.
The important role of insurance in promoting enterprise and development of any nation is not in contention. But at this stage of Nigeria's economic development, it is appropriate to ask, are the enterprises in Nigeria taking the optimal advantage of insurance to promote and protect their businesses? I believe that the general response is that while multinational companies, large-scale indigenous businesses, some federal and state government agencies, why always embrace insurance?
In his remarks, the Executive Vice Chairman of IBN, Chief Prosper Okwu, said that IBN currently deploys premium in excess of 10 billion naira into the Nigerian insurance market.
Our market leverage is very enviable because at the moment we deploy in excess of 10 billion naira premium to the Nigerian insurance marketplace. This leverage has enabled us to meet key decision makers in various insurance companies to negotiate the best deal for our clients, whether on program pricing, reverse cover, or claim settlement. Our strength is an unparalleled knowledge with global experience and commitment to deliver special service as an invaluable partner to our clients and providing seamless support to meeting their risk and insurance management needs.
With the speeches taken, the chairman of the occasion, Chief Anyoku, proceeded to unveil the new brand identity of IBN.
I believe that the future of IBN, as I said in my remarks, it's not only bright, but also very promising.
Leading the pack of goodwill message at the event were Marine of Mayor, Chief Executive Uniba, Mr. Austin Olorunshola, Mr. Denya Jumagobia, former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Mr. Shola Tinubu, Deputy President, NCRIB, Mr. Eddie Efekoha, Chairman, NIA, and a host of others. The company also used the occasion of the launch to recognize some loyal staff. Some management staff of the company had this to say about their operations and their focus for the future.
Yeah, it's consistently providing service that is second to none as far as insurance broking practice is concerned in Nigeria. And over the experience that is gathered, it is also spurring them to greater heights, and that they can't afford to really have a competitor that will also give such services, because you can't get the kind of services that IBN offers anywhere in Nigeria.
What have kept that company up to 62 years is the people behind the company. I think it's part of why we're here, to let our partners and the world know that we've been successful in the past 62 years. We could do even better than the past. Insurance brokers of Nigeria, we've tried over the years to understand the business of our clients, which has helped us to design appropriate insurance program for their insurances. Also providing them with broking and claim administration that's on parallel in the industry.
We are the leading broker. We have been there for 62 years, and we believe because of the changes in the world, what is happening, we need to rebrand. So that's why we're rebranding today. And we believe that with this rebranding, we are going to be identified as a leading broker that has come of age. And we believe that yes, we have the expertise, and we have the knowledge, we have the people, we have the employees, we have the staff, and we can put our resources together and then being able to stay in another 62 years.
The new brand identity of this proudly Nigerian company is the resurgence of their commitment to their clients, that they are here for another 62 years as a truly independent company focused on helping their clients venture boldly with confidence to maximize opportunities created from their enterprises. IBN will continue to deliver with knowledge and possibilities.
And that is our show for this week. I do hope you enjoyed every moment spent with us. Do keep a date with us again next week for another fresh package. But in the meantime, feel free as always to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Don't forget also that this program airs on BCOS Television Ibadan every Thursday at 6 p.m. The countdown to the 2017 Insurance Consumers Forum has officially started. The time is 9:30 a.m. The venue is Neka House, Alausa, Ikeja, and the date is Wednesday, 25th October 2017. It is the biggest gathering of insurance consumers in Nigeria. And the good news about this is that admission is totally free. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. My name is Margaret Mary Osiobor. Until next week, do enjoy this hilarious commercial from AmeriQuest as our parting shots. Until next week, goodbye.
Oh.